It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:36.0. Russell, Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc and Piastri. So, just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Gasly, Behrman and Norris. And we're in front of Albon, Stroll and Lawson. Right, we're right on the cusp now. We've been pushed down to P11. Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are, okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:35.8. Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Piastri and Alonso. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Gasly, Lawson and Behrman. And just behind us are Hulkenberg, Doohan and Tsunoda.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Welcome to Texas, where we have had approximately 120,000 race fans flocking through the gates to attend this year's United States Grand Prix. They're excited, we're excited. I hope you're excited too. It's the Circuit of the Americas then, situated 14 miles outside of the great city of Austin. This is a 3.6-mile lap with 20 corners, 10 to the left and 10 to the right, and top speeds of around 200 miles per hour. Overtaking opportunities are available into turns 1 and 12, especially with that rear wing DRS wide open. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Piastri, Charles Leclerc and Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Ocon, Norris and Lance Stroll, Behrman, Antonelli, Gabriel Bortoleto and Albon, Gasly, Lawson, Nico Hulkenberg and Jack Doohan, Tsunoda and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometres an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Okay, mate, radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out. Now use DRS. DRS now available. You're running P9, keep going. The distance to the leader, 7.3 seconds. Lando's ahead of you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Stroll behind. Your pit window doesn't open for more than 20 laps. out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. That's 8th place, you're in 8th place. Okay, gap to leader, 7.1 seconds. Sainz ahead, less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Norris is behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Your pit window doesn't open for more than 20 laps. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Gap to your teammate behind, 1.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're in 11th. And the time last lap, 1:42.9. Okay, if we continue to use fuel at this rate, we won't have enough to reach the end of the race. You need to start lifting off the throttle earlier in corners. Let the car slow down naturally before you start braking, and that'll help us conserve the fuel you have left. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, that's 33 laps of fuel left. And Verstappen's behind. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap, 1:41.3. Understood, stopping this lap. Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. You only have to stop once now. One stop left. This is our true place here. They've pitted as well, so we've got to warm up our tyres and get the most out of it. Come on. P6, you got P6. Okay, so gap to the leader, 28.5 seconds. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 4.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Russell behind, they're on fresh mediums. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. 34 laps to go. And gap to the car in front, 3.7 seconds. Okay, we've got 31 laps of fuel remaining. And we're currently sat in 6th. The distance to the leader, 27.2 seconds. Sainz ahead. Okay, gap ahead, 2.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, Russell's behind you now. They're on fresh mediums. Pit window opens in 12 laps time, 12 laps. And that's 33 laps to go. P6, you got P6. Okay, gap to leader, 26.8 seconds. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car in front, 2.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Russell behind, they're on fresh mediums. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap, box this lap. Okay, pit in this lap and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Right, let's go, come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Currently P11, currently P11. Our gap to first place, 38.1 seconds. Okay, that's Sonoda just ahead. Come on, push hard. And gap to the car in front, 2.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. That's Alonso behind. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. You've got 20 laps left until the end. There are 18 laps of fuel remaining now. Leclerc is ahead of you, and the time last lap, 2 minutes 00.9. Okay, gap ahead, 1.2 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car behind on a medium tyre now. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Albon just ahead, push for that position. Time last lap, 1:42.1. Okay, gap to the car in front, 7.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 18 laps old. Gap to the car ahead, 6.5 seconds. We think they've got 1 more stop. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. position. You're in 4th position. The distance to the leader, 39.6 seconds. Okay, Piastri just ahead. Push hard, push hard. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 7.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, Russell's behind you now. They're on old mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. And gap to the car in front, 8.1 seconds.
Yeah, good job, guys. Good call on the pit stop. Bit tricky that last one, last stint, but yeah, good point. That's what matters.
Thank you for everything you've done to the team. We really enjoyed it.
And extending his already record-breaking winning record, it's Lewis Hamilton to the line for victory.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
Only 3 can take to the podium, and here they come. It's a familiar sight in Formula One, and here it is once again. Lewis Hamilton, with the trophy held high, celebrating a masterful victory. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.